Good morning. Out here on the Homestead Trail at Red Top Mountain State Park today. Just gonna do that loop. Kind of give you a report and some of the views you see from the trail. The trail winds along through the forest and then comes to the bank of the Allatoona Lake, and you get about a third of the trail kind of walks the border of the lake. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Also out here with my family today, cousins, wife, brother-in-laws. They're back there somewhere. I can hear them. I can't see them yet. There they are. This is a nice trail. I think it's like 4.5 miles, 5 miles long. It's a loop. So I'll pick up some of the trail. It's a well-maintained trail. Like you could drive a smart car down it for the most part, it looks like. I'll flip it around and show it to you guys. And that's what it looks like right now. Had the first little ups, pretty much just getting started. See, there's a trail down there. You can see it. All right, so let me cut this thing off and I'll cut it back on for something cool to look at on the trail. All right, shortly after you stop, you start paralleling this little creek. There's some culverts in it, which isn't bad. This little creek's running right now. There's the fam now. All right, just after the mile mark, you come up on a little planked portion of the trail, or it's probably what would be wetlands if it was been raining the last week or two, but it's been pretty nice lately as far as no rain. Beginning of this year has been nothing but rain. The Homestead is the yellow blaze. Excuse me. It's also springtime, a lot of pollen out. So we're coming up on a paved road that you cross, and that's where the actual loop portion of the trail starts. This portion right here will be the same portion that you hike on the way back. Here's a hard ball. I'll look both ways. Here's the sign. So there's no camping out here on any of the trails, as you can see. They do have a campsite, which is pretty nice. Homestead Trail keeps going this way. Right down there at the bottom of the hill, it's gonna fork left or right. You just pick a direction. All right. Y'all can see it down there, but maybe at the 2 mile mark or something like that, you get your first glimpse of the trail. Right now it's gorgeous weather out. A little breezy, feels nice. Probably in the low 70s right now, maybe mid. The trail itself is still very well maintained. This is, only a hop, skip, and a jump from Atlanta if you want to come up and get some hiking on. So the only thing, so the parking at the trailhead is really limited. If you don't get out early, it can all be taken up and gone. But they have more than just a Homestead trail. I got a picture of the map so you guys can see all those trails too, if you want to. We're gonna wind down here, kind of veer back left, and we'll get in close to the lake. I'll cut it back on when we get there. Still following the yellow blazes. See all the woods. It's really pretty out here right now. Leaves are getting on. Everything is greening up. The woods here are pretty open. I suggest you take a pee before you leave the trailhead. There's bathrooms there. Trying to come up to a little hill right here. We're going clockwise on the loop portion. Let's see, that's the lake out there. We're winding closer and closer to it. 2.8 mile, going clockwise on the loop. You really start getting the view of the lake. There was actually a rock in the trail, which is very unusual for this trail. Little island out there in the lake. Alright, let me cut this off. We got folks coming. About a 3 mile mark, 3.1. Here's continuing to walk along the shore of Lake Allatoona. A few boats out there today, even though the water's still freezing cold. So, along the trail, periodically they have these benches. And this one happens to be looking directly out into Lake Allatoona. They lower this lake every year, so really it just got filled back up. All right, let's get back on the trail. So at the 4.2 mile mark, there's this little section that would be overflow if the lake was up high. Again, we're going clockwise on the loop. I've got my pack loaded out for about a 3-day hike if I was gonna go on one. I'm sitting at about 24 pounds right now. And here we are again, coming up on another bench that they set up for folks to take breaks on and enjoy nature. We got some good wind through here. There's a lot of blowdown. You can see it on the mountain hills. After I think it was 4.2 miles, like that, back at the road crossing. All right, we're back at the trailhead for the Homestead Trail. There's a sign. It starts right at the visitor center at Red Top Mountain State Park in Georgia. Thank you for hiking with me.